The FIBA World Cup second window came upon us. The results came out last weekend. We covered it. And today I'm just going to do something different. Today I'll be looking at how federations are marketing themselves online, looking at how they market themselves on different platforms, how they get their word out there, and how they're able to, maintain a good fan base. So without further ado, let's get into it. So in this video, I'll be comparing how the Kenya Basketball Federation and the Team Morans brand themselves online using platforms like Twitter, Instagram, just to gauge where we are and how we stand. So I'm going to start with the Federation of South Sudan. You can see they have a blue badge, South Sudan Basketball Federation. The official account is verified. That shows that they're actually pretty good. You can see their first post for the land. I mean, they see the guys are just happy. They just came off a 3-0 win in the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. You can see even in the training camp for the NBA Academy. I mean, it was just good stuff there. Then also you have Wenny and Gabriel joining the Lake Show. I mean, he played for Wisconsin Hard, Milwaukee Bucks affiliated G League team, and actually some good stuff. You can see they're players who play in the NBA. He signed to a 2-way contract to the Los Angeles Lakers. Some good stuff right there. You can see the Bright Stars. South Sudan have arrived. The Bright Stars are 3-0. Thanks largely to the play of McCoy, who is your MVP for the second window of the FIBA World Cup African qualifiers. You can see these guys just came in the ball out. Hard work pays off for Wenny and Gabriel. He signed a 2-way contract to the Lakers. I mean, South Sudan Club Cobra adds Team Young Wek, forward Padiet Wang, and head coach, ahead of the BAL. So you can see, even Cobra Sport, it's a team that's going to be in the BAL. South Sudan just making strides to be there, and they're just looking good. Great, marketing. Actually, credit to their marketing team, and they're just doing a good job, just making sure they put that word out there that what they're doing is just exemplary. I mean, it's just short of spectacular. I mean, pretty good. I mean, everything is just they just know how to place themselves online. Even when you look at their Instagram, they just manage to put everything together, and they're able to package them for even guys to come here and invest in their team. So they're able to do that. But if you look at on the other hand, if you take a closer look at how KBF do their things, I mean, they're not even verified. The last tweet they tweeted, it was April 30th, 2019. If you look at the last tweet for the South Sudan Basketball Federation, it was like a few days ago. When was it? 20th February? That's just like a few days ago. That's not even 28th February. That's their pinned tweet. Excuse me. The last tweet was 21 hours ago. I mean, they're just showing what they have been doing. If you look at the Kenya Basketball Federation, it's not even verified. Nobody even takes care of this website. Even their website, their handle is dead. Their website even isn't working. You can see on the screen, site cannot be reached. I mean, it's just just putting our brand out there in a very bad way. It's just showing how irresponsible a federation can be, especially in this digital age. You have to have a good digital footprint. And even if you look at other federations like FUBA, the Federation of Ugandan Basketball, you can see they've got a good following. They're also verified. You can see they have a good logo. If you compare it with the Kenya Basketball Federation logo, it's just night and day. Even the South Sudan logo, they took time to make it so it's a brand that you can wear with pride. So you can even look at the FUBA basketball. I mean, National Basketball League is almost coming. It's coming. It's March 5th. That's today. It's a pinned tweet. You can see how they're marketing themselves. They're just putting themselves out there in a very professional way, something that the Kenya Basketball Federation has failed to do continuously. And you can even see the National Council of Sports Uganda also backing them up. They're just making strides to make sure that basketball in Uganda is improved. You can see how our neighbors in East Africa are putting themselves in a power position to be able to even attract even foreign investors to come in and pour money in marketing, get good talent, scouting. They're able to put players in good situations to make them successful using their digital platforms. that's something that the Kenya Basketball Federation has failed to do. Even if you look at the last tweet from FUBA Basketball, the last tweet from FUBA Basketball was like 10 hours ago. You can see how active they are. They're putting everything that they are doing in the league everywhere. You can see everything. It's just colorful. They're just updating people on everything, the future and the 18. I mean, it's just looking all good. But if you look at my country, I mean, it's just sad, man. I mean, the federation isn't supporting anything. Even if you look at how they've placed themselves in digital platforms, it's just embarrassing. They don't even know how to market themselves to attract even investors from abroad. Because if an investor from abroad even comes in and tries to chip in and try to add some money, what product is being put out there? What is that is attractive in how you market yourself? That's one thing that the federation has failed. The last tweet they had was in 2019. Right now we're in April 30th, 2019. Right now we're in 2022. They're not even bothered. They don't even post any news from KBF. I mean, it's just sad, man. It's just sad. It's so deplorable. Even you can go further to look at even like teams like Congo DR, the Leopards basketball, the ones that beat us twice, in the Africa in 2019 and the FIBA World Cup qualifiers second window, they beat us. Even look at how they have placed themselves. I mean, they're putting their tweets out there. They're just making that they're tweeting all the events. They're tweeting, the top performer. They know how to market. That's something that KBF has failed to do. And right here, I'm just shedding light on it, because even if you look at how these guys place themselves, how the KBF and Team Morans place themselves, it's just deplorable. Team Morans don't even have a logo. They're just putting the team photo there. I mean, they just take pride in losing. Even the group photo that you can see right there, I mean, it's just tweeted, no style, nothing is attractive. It just looks old. We finished bottom of our group D, 0 for 3, negative plus minus for minus 109, only 3 points for participating, 1 point for participating. We didn't even get anything. All the other guys won 2 games, 1 loss. Out of all those games they won, Kenya was the resume builder. And if you look at even how they handle their social media, it's telling of how disingenuous these people are. When you try to question them and try to hold them accountable, they block you the same way that they blocked me. And that's something that it goes to show you the delusion that they live in. And it's sad. This Team Moran's page is just run like a personal account. This is a team account that can be used to funnel either investors to fund even the whole team, and they don't even understand it. KBF is dead. Like, their Twitter is dead, their Instagram is dead, all their social media is dead, and they're not even using they're not even using those platforms to their advantage. Even if you look at a tweet from Robert Alai way back in 2018, October 27th, 2018, I mean, ongoing basketball games at Nyayo Stadium, but there's little to no water in the toilet nor the bathrooms. Players really suffering. KBF and stadium management is a mess. We're in 2022, and there was a mess even in 2018. So you can see there's just so much. You can see in the comments of that tweet, a lot of people, were just, saying in a country where the ruling class, including governors, ride in long motorcades and blaring sirens, our beloved country has its priorities so wrong. We celebrate politicians as they bring us down. So yeah, true. I mean, this is carelessness in the institutions. It's because there is no opportunity. If there is no opportunity to loot in providing water, nobody cares. So nobody cares. Why are they being paid for? So you can see they don't care. I mean, not only did Uhuru Ruto con sports-loving Kenyans that they will build 8 more stadiums, they have failed to maintain the existing ones. If it's not for Safaricom and SportPesa, Kasarani will be in the same pathetic state. Shame. Any leader who cares about the youth must take into development of sports development seriously, pointing the likes of CS Rashid Echesa and Ariel Wario to be in charge is an insult to any sports-loving Kenyan. So you can see the whole public does not like the current situation. We're just complaining instead of, making sure that we're improving anything. I mean, it's just sad. You look at their social media, even for Senegal, you can see how good they are. They know how to place themselves online. But you look at Kenya, it's just deplorable. And onto a Facebook post that, caught my eye. I mean, Sport World Africa is in Dakar, Senegal. This is Senegal's new football stadium. Looks like the Etihad Stadium, Wembley, whatever you want to call it. Kenya's top 2 international stadiums were banned by CAF because they don't meet basic international standards. True, they don't even have running water or even electricity, and they are dusty. They look like bedsitter stadiums as compared to these good ones. Kenya makes billions from tea and tourism, yet 58.8% of Senegal's income comes from the service industry. Kenya continues to fail because of the looting of public funds. So vote wisely in the general election, because if you vote for the leader who's going to plunder you, don't complain for the next 5 years that these guys have plundered you. So I mean, that's the whole situation. It's deplorable, the state of Kenya, the state of sports in general, especially when I look at basketball, because basketball is a sport that I love covering. It's just deplorable. Look at Nyayo Stadium, how it looks like. Look at how Senegal Stadium looks like. It's pathetic. It's night and day. The Senegal, Rwanda, Egypt, they're having good stadia that they're using even to host the BAL. We came in first, and we are playing second fiddle or third fiddle to Uganda, South Sudan, to some extent Tanzania, Rwanda. Kenya has just regressed in sporting because of the corruption, and the corruption in the federation, the corruption in the Ministry of Sports, corruption in the leaders we elect. And the leaders we elect, I mean, they don't care about you. They only care about putting money in their pockets. So if you vote for these people, they don't have any sports development agenda in their manifesto, don't complain that you don't even have any basic sanitation in your arenas, because you are the ones who voted in those guys. And if you feel like these elections were rigged last year when they happened, why didn't you guys say anything? You just kept quiet. You just waited for some holy miracle to happen so things can go in your favor. I mean, sad. It's just a sad, deplorable state in Kenyan basketball, especially basketball, because it's a sport that we're getting beat. Sudan right now and Uganda rule basketball. Sudan have managed to put players in situations where a guy has signed a 2-way contract with the Lakers. Ishmael Wainwright from Uganda is playing for the Phoenix Suns, the number 2 team. Is it number 1 team in the West? I mean, the best record. They won 50 games. Look at Kenya. We've not even have any success even putting a player in a position to get drafted, or even be signed by any team in the NBA. And it's a deplorable state. All the players playing overseas, these minuscule leagues that nobody even knows about if they happen. I mean, no marketing on them. Okay, I'm not saying that they don't get marketing, but they're not as big as the NBA. They're not as big as the strides that Uganda and South Sudan have done. Uganda and South Sudan are just the best teams in East Africa right now. Kenya has regressed to oblivion, and there's absolutely nothing that can be done, and nothing that can be done right now unless these guys in the federation step down and get new younger people or new competent people to run. That's the only way that things are going to change. So that's my take today. I was just looking at how these brands market themselves online, how they market themselves, and how they leave a digital footprint. Even to go even further, you can even see how they're placing themselves in a position where they can even get sponsorship from these huge investment companies abroad. They're able to send their players abroad, because even the guys abroad, even the NBA scouts, even the BAL scouts are coming in, they're looking at the players, the quality of basketball that they're playing is good. So they grab the guys from Uganda, they grab the guys in South Sudan, but they leave Kenya because Kenya is no good product. The basketball has never changed, has never evolved. People are just playing run and gun, and it's a sad, deplorable state. And hopefully things change in the future, because right now we are watching Kenya just went 0 for 3 and embarrassed us in the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. They lost back-to-back games with 40 points or more in a loss. So that goes to show you how basketball in Kenya has regressed. So that's my take today. I just wanted you guys to look at it. I wanted you guys to just have a thought of what is really happening in the current state of Kenyan basketball, and just have an opinion on it. So with that being said, man, I'm out. Peace.